everyone. I'm sitting on my sofa today, so it's a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more relaxed than sitting at a table. Today's video is going to be about 8 tips on how to be more self-assertive. For those of you out there who find it quite difficult to be assertive, because you might be a people pleaser and you might be quite passive and you're not sort of too sure how to express yourself because you probably didn't have the appropriate role models to show you this, this video might be useful for you. So the first thing I'd like to say about when you're having an important conversation with someone, you want to make sure that you have their full attention. Having someone's full attention is it's a given, I guess, but it is really important that there are no interruptions. If you want them to really listen, then it's really important that they are not distracted by anything else. Another thing I would say is that when you are describing something to another person, make sure you do it in an objective way. So when you're saying something, always say I, instead of saying you upset me, you hurt me, you disappointed me. It's better to say I feel really disappointed, I feel really annoyed. It's always better to use I statements. The fourth thing I would like to say is that once you've started sort of having a conversation with somebody and stating the things that you're maybe annoyed about or stating the things that you're disappointed by, make sure that the other person is listening by asking them to respond. You can say, I feel this way. What do you think about that? How do you feel about that? You want to be able to state your needs and then ask that person a question and see what their answer is. See if you can get a response out of them. Number 5 is that you listen to the other person's response with an open mind and you try not to interrupt them before they've finished what they're saying, and you also try to not jump down their throat when they're saying something that you maybe don't like the sound of. Number 6, state your preferences clearly. So if there's something that you would like your partner or a colleague to do, then state it in a very clear way. For example, say, I would like it if you could help me once a week with the laundry. And that could be something you might say to your partner. Number 7 is that you request an agreement from the other person. So when you're asserting your rights, you want to see if the other person is in agreement with what you said, and if they're not, then you want to find out what it is they can do to bring some sort of resolution. So the last step is to communicate effectively about any future occurrences of what you just discussed with this person happen. So if something occurs again, you want to make it clear to that person that you act a certain way. You can state what you would do if this were to happen again. So you could say, for example, if I find out that you have hid something from me again, then I will end the relationship. With an employee, you could say, if you're not able to stick to deadlines, then unfortunately I'm going to have to let you go. Or you want to ask them, what would you do if this were to happen again? So you want to make sure that the person knows what you tolerate and what you will not. And depending on how they react to that, you can then decide on what to do next. Being assertive, especially if you're somebody who hasn't been assertive most of your life, will take a bit of practice. It's not the easiest thing to do, but these steps that I mentioned might help you sort of get started. Always remember to use I statements. I feel, I would like, rather than you did this to me or you did that. If, of course, you are trying to be assertive with a person who is quite aggressive, quite manipulative, quite toxic, then you probably are not going to achieve much because these people are sick and they don't listen to what others say and they don't care about other people's feelings. But in normal day-to-day life, generally being assertive is important. It helps a lot with boundary setting, and it helps a lot in general to keep yourself mentally healthy. It's important to be able to say no to people. It's important to be able to express your opinion in an honest way. So I really hope you guys do well. I wish you good luck. If you have any questions, then let me know. I can also recommend a couple of books to read about being assertive if you are interested. Thank you very much for watching the video, for listening. I hope you found it helpful.